When it comes to housing, people have a lot of different opinions, but really it all comes down to your personal financial goals. One perspective that sparks a lot of debate is how your primary home fits into your net worth calculations. Technically, net worth is simply assets minus liabilities, so a home should be listed as an asset with any outstanding mortgage included as a liability. That makes perfect sense for a textbook definition, but here's the thing. Not everyone calculates net worth the same way. For those focused on financial independence, a home doesn't necessarily contribute to building income-generating assets. Since it doesn't produce cash flow, some people choose to leave it out of their net worth statement. Others will choose to include it. There's no one correct way. Some even create two versions of their net worth, one with the home and one without. The key is understanding what serves your financial goals best. Another idea that gets a lot of pushback, the belief that home ownership isn't essential for building wealth. The truth is, whether someone rents or owns, the real game changer is living below your means, consistently saving and investing in assets that grow over time. A home can be a great long-term financial move, but it's not the only path to financial success. The bigger predictor of financial freedom isn't home ownership, it's disciplined investing and smart money management. Some people even reach significant financial milestones, like a seven-figure net worth, without ever buying a home. That being said, home ownership does offer some undeniable benefits, and it's important to acknowledge them. One major advantage is entering retirement with a fully paid-off home. Imagine buying a $400,000 home in your 30s with a 30-year mortgage. By retirement age, that home is completely paid off, eliminating what is usually one of the biggest monthly expenses. To put that into perspective, a mortgage on a $400,000 home could range from $1,500 to $2,700 per month, depending on interest rates. Over the course of a year, that's $18,000 to $32,000. Using the 4% rule, someone would need an additional $450,000 to $810,000 invested just to cover the expense in retirement. Owning a home outright reduces the amount needed in savings, making financial freedom much more achievable. Of course, even without a mortgage, home ownership still comes with costs: property taxes, insurance, and maintenance. But those costs are usually far lower than ongoing rent payments. Speaking of rent, the average monthly cost for a single-family rental in the US is about $2,000, and rents tend to rise with inflation. Over an 11-year retirement span, rents could increase from $24,000 per year to over $32,000 annually. Again, using the 4% rule, a renter would need an additional $600,000 invested to cover these costs compared to a homeowner with a paid-off property. Renting an apartment instead of a house might lower costs, but the numbers still add up. With the average U.S. apartment rent at around $1,700 per month, a retiree would still need an extra $500,000 in investments just to cover it. And while renters don't have to worry about home maintenance or property taxes directly, landlords generally pass those costs down through rent increases. Over the long term, renting can become more expensive than owning. Of course, these calculations involve assumptions. Home prices, rent prices, life expectancy, all of which can vary from person to person. The goal isn't to dictate the right financial path, but to encourage people to run their own numbers and determine what works best for their situation. There's no denying that going into retirement with a fully paid-off home significantly reduces financial strain. Housing is one of the biggest expenses in any budget, and eliminating that cost means less money needs to be saved for retirement. Beyond the financial benefits, home ownership also offers stability. Renters not only face rising costs, but also uncertainty of landlords selling properties or increasing rents unexpectedly. So owning a home means never having to worry about being forced to move due to someone else's decisions. However, while owning a home is a valuable asset, it's only one piece of the financial puzzle. It's essential to continue saving and investing, as a home alone doesn't generate income. Many retirees find themselves house rich and cash poor, with most of their wealth tied up in the property. Unless they sell, rent out part of the home, or take on a reverse mortgage, they might struggle with liquidity. The best approach? A balanced financial plan that includes both home ownership and investments. At the end of the day, whether renting or owning, the key to financial success still remains the same: consistent saving and investing. A paid-off home can be a fantastic asset, but it shouldn't come at the expense of building a strong investment portfolio. The ultimate goal in financial independence: having the freedom to make choices without being tied to a paycheck. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and don't forget to comment and subscribe. And if you want to learn about 3 easy money habits to instantly improve your finances, then check out this video. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.